Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 794 of Geeks in Space. I'm Rob Commander Takamalda, and joining me today in pretend low Earth orbit, I have the usual expected friends, Rob Roseboom.
Hello.
Chris DeBona.
Hi.
You know, Chris, when you wave, the podcasters can't see you because they only have
I'm waving
audio.
podcasters.
Oh.
But they can feel it, though, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He puts out a certain energy when he waves, and
vibe.
I think you can hear it in the voice.
It's a wave vibe.
All right. Well, maybe try waving it like right in front of the microphone, so like you get some sort of flicker or something, some camera.
I don't know if you can hear that.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Screen on it.
That was good.
Yeah.
Well, let's see, gentlemen. How was our weekend? Do we have any fun?
No.
I direct that towards Chris.
Not a lot, dude. Not a lot of fun over here.
Yeah, it was Father's Day, which is my favorite holiday. Like all the other holidays, I don't give a shit. Birthdays.
Yeah? Did you get to do anything cool?
Yeah, no, I hung out with my kids and my wife.
You know what I got to do on Father's Day?
Video games.
My youngest says to me, he says, "Dad, you get to pick the movie tonight, so let's watch Empire Strikes Back." So I got to watch Empire Strikes Back with my 13-year-old. Which is, on the list of things that I want to do. That's pretty high on the list. Unfortunately for me, the version of it that I watched was, I think, the Disney Plus version.
Okay. Is that the one with the extra, I don't know, Jabba the Hutt and stuff?
No, that's in A New Hope. But in Empire Strikes Back, they replaced Palpatine, like the old Palpatine, with the new Palpatine. And Boba Fett's voice is Tamora Morrison now.
Really?
Yeah, and some of the explosions, they like added an HDR effect to it, so it's like they're like whiter than things. It's a little weird.
Why?
It's not as egregious as watching A New Hope or Jedi. Jedi, they added a whole rock song. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and a whole thing at the end where they show Coruscant,
Yeah.
and all the other.
And they got rid of Nyub Nyub.
Yum.
But that was my Father's Day. That was
So not
nice.
all mistakes are mistakes.
All right. I don't mind Nyub Nyub.
Did they edit out like Luke kissing Leia or something?
No, they didn't do anything with that.
No, they kept all that hot stuff in there.
Yeah, especially now, because now that's become just normal. That's like 80% of the internet is just
Like
incest
Yes.
porn.
Yeah.
So in a way, George Lucas was trailblazing.
I never
George
really
Lucas,
thought of it that way.
George R.R. Martin, George Lucas, George R.R. Martin. Have we seen a picture of them together? Let's see.
And they're both men with beards, kind of. So
It's true.
Portly,
yeah.
Well, let's see. We have a 5.7 terabyte map of Mars. My apologies to podcast listeners. But Chris, if you check that out, it's actually really neat. It's like a zoomable 3D like thing, and you can like fly around and look at Mars in really high res. And I just thought this was really neat. I don't think I've ever seen this level of clarity for Mars.
Of course, it's right on top of Valles Marineris, right?
It zooms in crazy far is the thing that I thought was neat.
Do they have a
We all
good
have
shot
our
of the
favorite spot.
pyramid, or is the government still covering that up?
Yeah, the face, they don't let you see the face.
We're going to Olympus Mons. Boom, ba-doom, boom, boom,
As
boom.
you should.
It's got pretty good,
It's not fast enough, but
zoomy,
it's
look at that
remote.
thing.
So,
It's a huge.
but like you can really zoom in.
I'm zooming in.
I think that's really neat. Look at how far down you are. Look at that.
So I just want to apologize for when I made Mars. I left this mark, and this is where the watermark for Adobe Planet Maker was, and so I sort of smudged it out.
What's the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? The people who make the
Slartibartfast?
planets. Yeah, Slartibartfast. What was his people? Slartibartfast was all obsessed with his fjords, right?
Yeah.
He won an award for them.
Well, he did,
Good for him.
Magrathian.
Magrathian, that's right. I sure do wish that movie had been
He was
better.
very showy, though,
Yeah.
It's like going to school with, I don't know, someone showy.
Yeah, someone showy. So
Look
next,
at that. That's the crater in Olympus Mons
I
at
know.
the top.
And that's really cool detail. I mean, that's
Remarkable.
that's high res, man. That's neat. That's
The scientists seem to know what they're doing.
That's another planet, man.
Yeah.
Someday we'll send Elon there, and then maybe we can have Twitter back.
Yeah, right.
The next one that I had on the list, you guys have probably seen
Whoa.
this.
Whoa! Look,
That's
I
the
found
landing,
the
runway.
landing strip. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the runway. You guys have probably seen this, but I had not seen the trailer for Squirrel with a Gun.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
That is so fun.
They came up with a silly song as well. It's a squirrel with a gun. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is way better than Goat Simulator.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, Goat Simulator.
pretty
was
great.
Pretty epic.
Pretty
Sure.
great. My kids
I
played
will
that
say,
a lot.
I mean, Goat Simulator.
Yeah, they liked it.
Yeah. So there's this moment right here
We can't see it.
where he goes full. Oh, geez, sorry. He goes full
Yeah.
like bullet time on these guys.
Yeah.
Wait. He does this thing where he basically rocket jumps
Yep.
with the
Yeah.
guns.
And then
It's
like
so
shoots him
funny.
as he falls. It's really cool.
All right.
The action sequences in this are neat, really well done.
It's
When
kind of a platformer.
grenade,
He's trying to
that's
collect acorns.
fantastic.
Wait, bam! There you go. That's the money shot right there.
right?
Yeah.
I screenshotted it, so that can be our thumbnail. That actually reminds me, I was going to mention this later, but this fits here. I watched last night Extraction 2.
Yeah, I watched that too.
It is a totally don't bother watching movie, but that action sequence in the beginning, that first 20-minute long oneer,
22.
it's insane. Like,
Is. Yeah, honestly, once you're done with that, you can just shut.
yeah, just turn the movie off. Like, who cares? But that is a
So it's like the beginning of that zombie Vegas movie.
yeah, kind of.
Army of the Dead. The first 5 minutes
Is
a better
one of the best
the best
yeah, one of the-
zombie shows
I've ever seen. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of the movie,
and then,
whatever. Yeah.
And then they wrote the rest of the movie, unfortunately.
Yep. Oops.
It's like, why didn't you write that movie?
Yep.
Duh.
Yep.
All right.
No, I was tickled by that sequence. That was so cool. I did so Hemsworth actually did some really nice acting in the last third of that movie. But I have a hard time caring about him as an actor anymore. Like, you're Thor. We get it.
Sure. I mean, that's actually the problem with the whole show. I don't know that I care about any of these people, but heck of a good shot there.
Yeah.
Russo brothers, 22 minutes of nonsense. That's great.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Top marks. So the next one we have, well, Rob, I'm glad you have more internet. But
I'm glad I have more internet too.
Let's not forget the fact that Starlink is destroying space.
Yeah.
Denying
us from space.
At least I finally have good internet. Sorry, space.
Sorry, astronomers.
Sorry,
At least you have good
astronomers.
internet.
I have good internet. Go screw yourself.
Yep.
Deal
Now you
with
can
it.
access Twitter even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just a research paper on the second generation of the satellites, and apparently they have applied brightness mitigation, and they dropped the reflectivity, the light reflection of these satellites to the threshold that astronomers asked them for.
Okay.
I can't get over how well put together, managed everything has been with my Starlink so far, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The UI, the ease in setting it up, how well it works, it is really kind of great.
You were saying that the holes in the back are the same sizes as common sizes for other dishes.
Yes. So you can just, if you have an old satellite dish mount, you can just use it. And you can buy adapters. I mean, it's crazy.
Remarkable.
Like almost everything involved with the product has been thought out. It's just weird to find something that obviously
Is that well thought out.
yeah, that everyone covered every bit of it, and they have a store incorporating everything that the company provides there all in one place. And it's so good, the mod sort of market, you can go and find people who build adapters and different things like that, but really almost everything you need is available on their store. So they did a really good job of all that stuff. And I have 10 times faster internet.
That might be the key selling point.
That's handy.
Yeah.
So
Of which I'm supposed to get my tripod today because I'm
Oh.
just going to mount it on the deck. I found
Yeah,
a
why not?
spot at the very edge of the deck that is high enough with the tripod, and I can just, all I have to do is drill a hole through the house and I'm done. I'll have Uriah come over here and help me with that.
Yeah.
Get the foot-long bit.
Yep. Yeah, I couldn't be more pleased with every bit of it.
That's
and it's cheaper than my hotspot.
So. Did you get the ground pole mount, or did you get something else?
I got neither of those. I got so one of the things I found was a lot of people there was one specific type of very heavy duty tripod that was supposed to be used for old TV antennas, but the company still makes it.
Wow.
So it is adjustable. It doesn't get huge. I think the whole thing is 38 inches tall, but the dish itself has some height as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't really need to have it up that high as long as you have open space. And there's 1.5 of my deck is very high off the ground, and mounted there is perfect. I have like great signal there. So that shows up today. I'm going to go and hook that stuff up.
One of the most terrifying things I ever did in my life was when so I had the same problem as you, Rob, where when I bought a house, I was told there would be internet, and then when I got there wasn't.
I was told there would be internet.
Yeah. So I installed the largest UHF/VHF antenna I could get because this is right as HDTV is breaking into terrestrial broadcast. So you couldn't even get HDTV like anywhere. So I got up on my roof and installed like 110-inch antenna. And I was so friggin' scared up there because that is a big object. And it's just whipping me around up there. It was scary. Not my preferred hobby.
Yeah, as you know, I'm not particularly thrilled with heights as well.
Yeah. That's a good reason to install it on your deck.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So you guys want to talk about the submarine that's gone missing?
I think this is a shame, but mostly, and this will make me sound a little callous. It's a shame when we lose a good submarine.
Ouch.
And I'm like, it's not clear to me why you would want to be a tourist in one of the most dangerous environments in the world.
Well, people want to go to the space station too.
I get that, but there's a certain amount of risk you take on, like
diving down to the bottom of the North Atlantic. So they actually have. I had no idea that you could actually get on a submarine to go look at the wreck of the Titanic. Is that what's going on?
Yeah,
that's what happened. Yeah.
They lost contact with it like a few hours after it submerged, and the thing that I had
$250,000, huh?
$250,000 a ticket.
Yeah, all right.
Plenty reasonable, right? Pocket change.
Pocket change.
For $250,000, I want my own viewing port, though. I don't want to have to share it.
Yeah.
Well, their next mission is
canceled.
It's getting home, Chris. That's their next mission. Coming up from the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, that's a good one. They're summoning, I guess, another submarine, a military submarine or something, to try to go down there and look for it.
But they're just gonna look for it. They can't like dock with it. They can't.
Yeah.
I don't even think they can hook on like a cable.
And summoning a submarine, that's a really high level spell, so it's gonna take a long time.
Yeah, that's like not one of your 3 cantrips that are just in your belt,
The last thing that I had read about survival is that they had oxygen supplies sufficient to last until Thursday at 2:30. But I have to assume it's got to be like either if your radio fails, you come back up, right? So
yeah,
I have to assume the worst.
I mean, from what I understand, like even a pinhole breach ends up explosively failing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and they're
kind of what I hope for them, as opposed to dying over on the brain of oxygen, But
yeah, and I mean, there is not a whole lot of empty space in there. It wouldn't take very long to fill up with water at all.
Yeah. No. I mean, it would
It would collapse,
Once,
right?
yeah, it would collapse. It would, just.
Oh, so I didn't think I thought the Titanic was only like 500 feet down or something.
I thought it was deep because I thought
I
that's
guess
why it
I
took.
don't know. Yeah.
Titanic. 12,500 feet.
Oh yeah,
So
they're
you
for
got
sure
the 500
crushed then.
part right.
Yeah, for sure crushed then.
Yeah.
I was just thinking like extra fast fill up of water, because you're underneath. But yeah, that is structurally that would break.
I assume at this point they've. Ooh, excuse me.
So there's the water pressure is at 380 atmospheres. So there you go.
But they lost contact with them only like an hour or two, so they weren't even down all the way. I don't know how long it takes to get down to the bottom, but
Yeah,
I
who knows if
imagine
they were at the
I
bottom
imagine
or
it
not.
takes you like 8 hours, right?
It'd probably take you a while. Yeah.
Is it a tethered thing, or do they have everything on board?
I mean, that little picture looks like it's not tethered. But
I mean,
Ambaloo says that the sub is supposed to automatically return to the surface if it can.
Yeah.
Of course, if it got crushed, then that's scary. I hope that everybody gets out alive. I
am not up to
it was really sad reading about it yesterday, and they're like, we won't tell you the names because we have to tell the family first, and we're trying to get a hold of everybody, and that was like all day yesterday. I was like, oh, it's that situation.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay, let's see what their latest news says.
About us. Everything's great at OceanGate.
Yeah. What do you put on your front page?
Press releases
this morning, right? Like,
that's
got to be a tense day with that press release. How many times do you think it's been passed around so far?
Right. All right. Hey, Gary, make sure that all the spelling is right. No split infinitives on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I guess he came back.
We can't see what you're seeing.
Oh, sorry. So this is a board member of OceanGate, or a board of advisors member, but he came back from his.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he didn't go back in, so.
Scary. Well, we've got
oh no, he's the expeditionary expert.
Oh, is he on the trip?
Maybe he goes on all of them.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. I'll try to find this guy's socials. But woof.
That's a lot. I have some video of a very cool drone air show.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat.
I also thought that was really neat. I've seen some smaller ones, but not something like this. Was pretty amazing.
Hey, Reddit, that's outside with all the block stuff, right?
Yeah, that was the next thing I wanted to talk about.
So I'm not going to play the music because it just plays
awful.
generic Chinese, background music, from something, depending on which Twitter feed you looked at. So what's cool about this, I'm just going to play some of it because,
Yeah, look at that. It's gorgeous.
I mean, they did such a good job. The thing I want to point out to you is the way it ends. I wish I just had the next 10 seconds. Are you ready for this? So it comes into this grid. It basically dissolves into this grid. Wait. And then lands. Boom,
oh, yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. It's like, dude, finish.
That's like the portals that they used in Multiverse of Madness. You're gonna see Mr. Fantastic pop out.
Yeah, right.
All right. You want to talk about Reddit for a little while?
I guess.
Well,
bring up the blackout tracker.
The main thing now is that they are taking Reddits away from moderators.
And then they're coming back. Who knew?
Yeah.
And a lot of them are posting John Oliver pics.
Yep.
Instead of their normal pics.
Is it our pics or our funny? One of them is
our
just sexy John Oliver as a form of protest.
Yeah. So they're still posting pics, so they're not protesting.
Yep, they're not technically. Well, there have been a few people who've shared the emails that Reddit is sending to people, the threats.
Yeah, I saw that.
And if if it's been your hobby for years and years to moderate these forums,
Yeah.
like, I get it. Believe me, I get it. More than Rob, you and I get it probably better than anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking to someone about that. They were like, "How terrible was it moderating Slashdot?" like, did you see bad stuff?
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was like,
Huh.
"Oh yes,
The worst.
yeah, like literally the worst stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of it.
Yeah. But like, I enjoyed it. like I enjoyed it a lot. Not seeing the worst stuff. but
Moderating it or seeing all that stuff.
the whole shebang.
Watching you moderate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably that.
Yeah, more that. But the whole shebang. Like the only parts that I didn't like, honestly, looking back, the thing that kills me, it really is just the lying. When you have somebody who just straight up lies in a forum, that's really
makes it
hard.
worse.
That's really hard. Like saying this happened, but like I know because I have the logs that you're lying. That was the only part. Like, call me names,
Well, I
fine.
mean, we had the guy who had spoofed our headers and sent in an email with me calling him an idiot to try to get me fired.
Yeah.
We had people threaten to kill me. We had people threaten to come and beat me up on a daily basis. It's just, imagine something that someone could do maliciously on the internet. I guess no one doxed me. No one swatted me.
That's true.
Those things weren't popular yet.
We were pre-SWAT.
I mean, I was threatened on a daily basis. People try to get me fired on a daily basis.
Yep.
It was just,
Yep.
yeah.
And let's not forget, you were never actually listed in the who's who in American business.
The real crime.
Yeah. Kathy Hunter never listed us.
Kathy just didn't follow through.
She didn't try. She didn't care.
She didn't care.
No, I think this is all gonna blow over, and 6 months from now, nobody's gonna be caring. But I think this is a nail.
I had forgotten too about the man who came to try to kidnap you.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
But he, in all fairness, he didn't want to
give him a ride
me.
to the bottom of the Titanic.
He wasn't going to kidnap me. He was going to buy me for his car.
Yeah, and reverse engineer you.
Mm-hmm.
Like people probably think we're kidding.
No, we're not.
We're not. Someone came to kidnap Rob Mulda one day to take him.
Yep. Showed up at the office.
Yeah, with a gigantic duffel bag.
I wouldn't have fit in the duffel bag.
You would have fit. That was a big army one.
I'm just glad I didn't come out. I sat in my office and listened to the whole exchange, and it was terrifying. I think maybe at the time I probably thought I still think it's funny, but also I guess I think it's funny because that guy couldn't have taken you. Like,
no.
Like if
you were safe. You were safe.
Yeah, like
the funniest part to me was that ironically that morning my car had broken down, and what he offered me in exchange for Rob Mulda was his car. And when he said it, I heard giggles because they knew I was on the verge. Well, all right.
I think Robbo
Rob that well.
I think Robbo was in the back with me at the time. We were laughing because we knew.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The good old days.
The good old days.
Yeah, Ambaloo says don't fold, Commander Taco.
Yeah.
I don't need a crease.
Do not bend or force, Commander Taco.
I want to continue to be mint.
Yeah.
I'm not mint anymore.
New inbox.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I when you try to, like bookend eras of the internet, I like between the death of Twitter and the death of Reddit, I think that we're seeing another transitionary period. That's Twitter and Reddit were kind of the last two large scale, because even Facebook is way more locked down in a lot of ways than Twitter and Reddit. Reddit especially. Reddit is chaos. But no more. It starts with the end of Google Reader and it ends with scab moderators on Reddit.
Scab moderators.
Breaking the strike lines.
Yeah.
And that was the thing, right?
If those scabs were ChatGPT, imagine.
Yeah, for sure. The last thing that I had on my list anyway was I did go see The Flash yesterday.
What'd you think?
It is. I would put it on the
Oh,
better.
so bad.
What's that?
I said so bad. It's taking you that long to say whether it's good or
I
bad.
didn't just say
So it's bad.
yay.
Yeah.
I didn't say
or
yay.
nay, or it's okay. You're like, okay, let me explain to you why this isn't terrible, but not good.
No, I would put it on the
It
better
exists.
end of the Phase 4 Marvel movies, like in terms of goodness. Which, yeah,
Not a high bar.
that is not a high bar.
But it's a DC movie.
Yeah.
And they all suck. So.
Right. So I liked Peacemaker a lot. I think Peacemaker is a great movie.
That was a TV show, technically.
I'm sorry, Suicide Squad, to the James Gunn Suicide Squad.
That was
That was
actually
tolerable.
that was a good one.
Yeah.
I liked that.
I liked, but I liked
Man was fantastic.
I liked those two things in the DCU. I'm not like, and I enjoyed the Snyder cut of Justice League for what it was.
It was all right, but you got 12 hours or whatever it is.
Too long.
To sit and watch.
Too long. This is so I know a lot of people criticize the DCU's Barry Allen for being like too jittery and like obnoxious. So they trump you by giving you a second Barry Allen,
even worse.
Yeah, who's like, so now we have like 30-year-old Barry Allen and like 19-year-old Barry Allen, and 19-year-old Barry Allen is so much worse.
I bet.
So all of your hatred towards Barry Allen piles on him, but it's funny because of that. Like, it kind of worked for me. Opening
more Barry Allens.
The opening credits is shot over an action sequence, which I think is really fun. And I'm not even spoiling this because they released Funko Pops that show you what happens, but a hospital collapses and all of the babies roll out in their little baby carts. They roll out of the top floor window. And so there's this during the opening credits, the whole credits play alongside the Flash saving the babies that are falling in super slow motion from the top of a hospital. It is adorable and very funny. I very much liked that. And the whole opening action sequence actually has Ben Affleck's Batman, and Gal Gadot shows up. And it's like it's a Justice League sequence like what I would like to see a Justice League action sequence be. If that makes sense.
Best action movie I saw ever. Yeah.
Which one's this?
Yeah. Hard Boiled.
Oh, it's right.
The hospital scenes. Holy cow. I remember when that came out, I saw it for the first time.
Yep.
Oh God,
and he puts he puts something over the baby's ears. Oh no, he puts cotton in the baby's ears so he doesn't get hurt by all the gunplay.
Well, so the first action sequence is really fun. It's a Justice League thing like you want it to see. And then it's a whole bunch of multiverse shenanigans, but they spend most of the time in Michael Keaton's universe. That was spoiled by the trailers too. I think that if you didn't know that he was there, like that they were going to have the Michael Keaton Batman show up, like that would have probably been a really awesome moment. But they shot it like the whole first action sequence with him in it. He's like got long hair covering his face, and it's clearly shot to preserve the mystery. But there's no mystery because they advertised him like crazy, and because
it turned out he was George Clooney, that would be
all right.
I know George Clooney might show up.
Okay, so if anybody wants no spoilers that weren't in the commercials, turn off now. Bye, Rob. So of course the finale, it's Flashpoint, so we all know the story, right? He has to go back and not rescue his mom. But he does make one tiny alteration in the past. In the finale, and then when he comes back, instead of it being Ben Affleck as Batman, it's George Clooney as Batman.
That's funny.
Which is damn funny.
Was Chris O'Donnell in it?
No, there was no Chris O'Donnell. But do you want me to just tell you the cameos?
No. Yes. Why not? Don't care.
There's a lot of them.
I bet. Sure, it's exhausting. Honestly.
It's actually not, and the thing is that the way that so the finale, when the worlds are colliding, when the multiverse is colliding, then there's just a whole bunch of cameos. But only one of them has any gravity. The rest of them are just like famous people watching. It's like, here's another famous person from a better movie watching. Here's
It's like scrolling through Cameo.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, they paid like $15, man, for those.
Yeah.
No, because they're not. Most of those folks aren't alive.
They show archive footage of Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Jeez, that's in poor taste, I think.
Yeah.
Did
Anyway,
they have Grant Gustin show up at least?
Nope. But they
they
did.
have the very first Superman.
They
the
had
guy,
George Reeves
Yes,
and Adam
yes.
guy
West.
Yes.
committed suicide.
Yes.
Right.
There's a lot of them scattered throughout there.
They had Boba Fett.
Yep. Tamura Morrison shows up in the background of
Yeah.
a bar scene.
Yep.
You'd have
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
And
Misa hate myself.
User run so fast.
User run so fast.
Yeah.
I
gotta get going.
All right, see you, Rob.
Okay.
Let's say goodbye to Rob Roseboom, and we'll call it good for the day.
Yep.
And goodbye, Chris DeBona. We didn't even spoil the biggest cameo in the whole movie, so we'll leave that spoiler for Ambalu to enjoy on his own.
I'm not gonna say that.
Wait, is it Godzilla?
Almost.
It is Godzilla.
It's Godzilla. Bye, guys. That was episode 794 of Geeks in Space. I was Rob Commander Taco Malda, and we'll see you next time. Bye.